What's up, Internet? We are here once again with the most precious, precious, precious treasure that is 401 Real Game by CoolBoy on the Famicom. Last week we looked at some sports games and other things that weren't really all that worth our time, but were still fascinating to study. Now we get to play some Clue Clue Land. I like Clue Clue Land, actually. Now this is a game that I played the crap out of in Animal Crossing. And what's interesting is Animal Crossing actually had two versions of Clue Clue Land. It had basic Clue Clue Land and a game that it likes to call Clue Clue Land D, which was just a fancy way of saying it was the Famicom disk drive version that had like extra stuff, and they tried to make it sound like some kind of ultra deluxe thing. But basically this is a game where you go in a straight line and you try and uncover a hidden picture by swinging around on these little goalposts revealing Zelda coins. And you know, it's an interesting game. And I think this would be a cool game to see like remade nowadays. I think, since we get so many like remakes and like remasters of existing games, I think this is one of those like Famicom games that I think would be cool to see again. Just because, you know, it was interesting to see them try and take like Pac-Man and make it sort of like a puzzle game as well as like just artsy in general. We are missing something and I don't know what. Oh no! Can we make it? Oh! No way! No! Oh, come on. It was clearly a guy. I'm surprised they let us have an extra life on that. But yeah, it's kind of like Picross, where you have to uncover a hidden image using logic, but at the same time you're basically kind of sort of semi-playing Pac-Man at the same time. It's a weird but really well done combination of ideas. And there's a lot of different images and stuff you can uncover from what I remember. And you have to like use logic like, okay, these parts are clearly connected, so we gotta make that work somehow. And you can't step on the enemy spawning tiles. So you kind of have to like swing over them. Squish. I think it's a teddy bear. We're missing one. Where are we missing it? Oh no. I know where we're missing it. It's right down here. No. There we go. It's like a teddy bear face or a dog or something. Not a bad little game. I like Clue Clue Land a lot. And you know, the enemies did get reseen in Smash Brothers, so you know, it seems not everyone has forgotten the existence of Clue Clue Land. I hate those stupid little rubber bands. Rubber bands in this game, they ruin your life. Whoa. This is an intriguing problem. I don't have anything I can grab. I think I'm just stuck here until that happens. It wasn't very nice, Clue Clue Land. Nor was that. But, you know, fair enough, Clue Clue Land. That's a fun game, though. Alright, next we have Urban Champion. Oh, this game's crap. So this is a fighting game, kind of. Basically, you're two guys on the street brawling at each other. And, like, occasionally police will come by and you have to stop fighting. And look like good people or you get arrested or whatever, if I recall. On to the next block, to the bookstore where I'm going to fight the same guy again. And occasionally people, like, in the top floor will drop, like, flower pots on you or something. But you have to kind of, like, knock your opponent to the other side of the street. To the barber shop. Like that. And gut punch. And now you... And they throw a parade because I'm a hero. I just punched another guy into the sewer. This game has weird morals. Also, I can walk over manholes because reasons. Ooh, let's not get hit by the flower pot. Yep, we're just two unassuming guys. No big deal. Not here to get arrested or waste time at all. If you think that's what we're doing, you're wrong. Ow. Oh no. I'm losing. I'll never be the urban champion. Oh, sad. But that's about as much as I want to play Urban Champion. Not that great a game. Very weird game, and I think that is a Nintendo first-party game, which is even weirder. Alright, next we have Macross. To start push. To start push what? Exactly. You're not giving me any hints here, game. In case you can't tell, they hacked out the title screen for some reason. And this is a game that glorifies Min-May, so it's automatically the worst Macross / Robotech game ever. And that's the thing. Macross had a lot of games. A lot of them were really bad too, but I've heard it's had some really good games. Now, if I recall, there's a cheat where you can just hang out here and you'll win. So let's find out if that's true. I will turn on my, actually I probably shouldn't use my gun because it kills your power. But I've always been more of a Robotech fan than Macross. I don't know. I think you kind of have to take them as their own separate entities, because I know a lot of people get really militant about one or the other, and it's like, well, I prefer Robotech by a wide margin, but I think that you have to understand they're their own separate entities. And yeah, you just hang out there and you're fine. And then you can turn to the Battloid. As well as the Guardian. Kind of nice that they had that. There's not really any reason to do that, though. Also, turbo buttons. They make things a little bit easier. But, yeah, Macross had a lot of games, and I've heard there are a few good ones, but more often than not, they're bad. I know Robotech got all of 3 games, of which I've only played 1, because they're actually pretty hard to find, but I don't know. I think Robotech was a pretty cool idea, though. Let's take 3 completely separate Japanese animes and try and tell a cohesive story between the 3. And while I certainly prefer the first season to the rest of it, and honestly, that's just the best part by far, you know, I think it's still a pretty cool idea that they tried to do it, and I think the results ultimately were pretty good. Relatively speaking, anyway. But yeah, it's ridiculously safe to just hang out in the lower corner for no reason, really, other than you just can. Because Macross. Alright, let's hurry on so I can shoot the thing. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of that Zeta game on the Famicom, Hot Scrambled Eggs, but that game was better. Even though I think it was a less functional game. It's a combination of Afterburner and Dexter, and you can find a review of it on my channel. And it's awesome for what it is. It's not the best Zeta game ever. That would always be Gundam vs. Zeta, but still. It's a neat little Famicom thing. It's a hell of a lot better than this, for sure. Yeah, this game, it's a little bit easier once you know the trick. I've only played this game 2 or 3 times, too. It's like the first time I played this, I figured this out. It's like, wow, nothing's spawning in the corner. I'm just gonna hang out there and see what happens. Oh, I'm invulnerable. Awesome. They occasionally get hit by 1 or 2 things, but it's basically entirely safe just to hang out in this corner. And that's amazing to me, I think. Oh, the game's learning. It's learning my tricks. I'm not sure if this works inside. I know it works outside for the most part, but let's see. Yep, still works ridiculously well. Thank you, Macross, and your weirdly borked game logic of just hide in the corner and it all works out well for you. It was a nice little breather for me, if nothing else. Alright, next we have Milk Nuts, which is nuts and milk. And if I recall, this is the first game on the NES, might be the first console game, period, that had a level editor. I've basically just walk around collecting fruit, so as not to get murdered by this other thing over here. I think this is a sprite hack, because I'm pretty sure the characters were penguins originally, instead of generic blobs. But, yeah, also the game logic's a little weird. If you walk to the left, he'll automatically go to the left. If you walk to the right, he'll follow you right. Which is kind of a problem if you actually need to get to the other side really quick. I don't think he can actually, travel across the screen. And you gotta get up to here to talk to, I think this is Milk, and you're nuts. And you fall in love or something. And then that game with the penguins and the feather dusters and whatever. I can't think of what that game was called now, but that's the sequel to this maybe, except probably not. Also, clearly, as evidenced by the stage layout, this is level 2. Bonus round. Aw. No bonus for me. Climb up here. Ow. No! Aw. Let's try again. But, you know, this isn't a bad little game. I've heard it's got quite a few levels, plus, of course, a level editor, so, you know, you can make as many levels as you could possibly ever fathom. And, you know, it was all included on this little humble NES card. Well, it was originally on an NES card. This is clearly, you know, a Pirate Multi-card, but still. It was all just included on one humble cartridge, whereas nowadays you have to basically pay like $20 extra for DLC to have a level editor. I could not tell where I was. I thought it was the guy on the right. I can tell what colors are sometimes. Oh, that's a problem. Has Donkey Kong logic a little bit. I think this game came out like right after Donkey Kong as well. It's a really early NES game. Number 4 exclaimed the level. Nuts! Exclaims the level. Yeah, they liked having little secret level design messages and stuff. They were having fun when they built the levels to this game. I respect that. I'm just going to lure you over here because your AI is dumber than a bag of sand. It was early NES. I think I can forgive that, but... How do I get down there? Nope, that just made me fall straight down. Let me try something. Doesn't seem like you can jump straight off these things either. Alright, come on. There we go. Just had to carry your momentum forward a little. This game was Portal before Portal even knew what physics was. That's pretty advanced for an NES game, really. Milk! Exclaimed the level. Alright. Well, we did Nuts' level. We have to do Milk's level now. Okay, that was mean. Very mean game, and that was game over. Oh well, we played Milk's level a little bit anyway. And next up we have... Finally, Donkey Kong 2, which is Donkey Kong Jr., which I am not a very good person at playing this game. I mean, I know I've shown how inept I am at Donkey Kong through my Donkey Kong 64 gameplay, but, you know, I think I'm better at the original Donkey Kong than Donkey Kong Jr., which also has a similar, like, fall height mechanic. I don't like that fall damage exists in NES games at all. Also, I believe you are playing as Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country, and that's Cranky Kong up there. In his old age, he shrunk a little bit. And this is, Mario, the terrible, terrible zookeeper who keeps him locked up and abuses him and has all the claptraps and whatever that he later gave to the Kremlings to defeat Donkey Kong and his ilk. I don't think I got much further than this any other time I played this game. Bird poop. Am I to just... Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. Yep, fall damage. Because fall damage in NES games is always a thing that's enjoyable, except not ever. Hey, shortcut. That was lucky. Come on, I want that shortcut again. I'm not getting the... I'm not gonna even beat this level, I don't think. Okay, Donkey Kong Jr., calm down a little bit. Yeah, I'm terrible at all things Kong except Donkey Kong Country. I love that game. I'm so good at it. You'll never find anyone better, ever. I've never died, ever. Alright, and that has been these past 5 numbers, 86 through 90. Clue Land is awesome. Urban Champion is not that great. Macross, no. Nuts and Milk, very, very simple game, but it's a fun game. And Donkey Kong 2, not my cup of tea, but it's still a pretty good game. Would I recommend this cart based on the past 5 games? Yes, but I would probably tell you to stay away from Urban Champion forever, because it's more of a, you play it once, you kind of laugh at how dumb it is, and then you just never play it again, sort of thing. And Macross, it's not great, but you can show off your awesome video game skills by sitting in a corner and never ever losing. So there's that, but you do get 3 really good games. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and come back next week where we're going to look at Balloon Fighter. Interesting. And subscribe to the channel to see everything else when it goes up. And if you really want to make my day, hit up my Patreon. Support the show so I can continue to do awesome stuff, because paying for games and stuff is getting more and more expensive by the day. And you get yourself on the Patreon supporters Discord, where we can discuss how awesome stuff like Clue Land really is, because it is. And how advanced Nuts and Milk is, because it really is ridiculously deep and impressive on a technological level for where it came in its period of time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.